Okay, I'm probably going to fast forward through a lot of this. I've got 4 of these APC backup batteries that I need to take apart. Each of them should have a lead acid battery in them, which I'm trying to get all the lead acid batteries together that I have so that I can get them all out at the same time. But let's take them apart and see what we got. 2 of these I've already cut the cords off of. The other one I have not yet. Our other 2. There's our lead acid battery. Looks to be in good shape. Set to the side. And since these guys do have acid in them, potentially leaking, because I don't know the condition of them, I did throw my gloves on. Plastic. I need to get a bucket over here for that. So what we got in here? We have plastic shell, this is the smallest of the 3. So plastic shell, we've got a decent sized transformer here, which most likely is copper. We'll find out later when I go through all the transformers I've got setting aside now. Now I'll just trim all the wires off it. And one of the videos I did earlier today, the outdoor temperature was showing it 80 something, 84 degrees, something like that, and outside was supposed to be feeling like in the 90s. Well, now it's over 90 degrees outside, feeling like over 100, and the basement's still right around 70. That's why I like working down here. I might cut that. We got a power switch there, which will have a little bit of silver in it most likely. Ferrite, a little more ferrite. I just came in from the grocery store. It's just not pleasant out there. It just saps the heat and the humidity, because it's over. It's right around 50% humidity out there too. It just saps it out of you almost as soon as you walk outside. There's our one board. We got the switch. That's wire. It's all just wire now. So we got a little handful of wire here. One transformer, one switch, one little board with some ceramic capacitors, maybe a relay there, another small transformer, some aluminum heat sinks and some MOSFETs, and then some brass for the outlets. Get these off the plastics. There's all our brass. So these pieces, I'll pull these guys off. That came off easy enough. Drop that one somewhere. So these guys, I do need to pull this one off. It's got a steel screw on it. If I can get the plastic off those, this is just basically pure brass now, so that can go there. These connectors need to be separated from their plastic. You're a degaussing cable and you're copper, so you need to burn the copper bucket over there. Okay, so that's all screwed. So that's what we got out of that one. A little bit of copper wire, a little bit of brass, board, transformer, and whatnot. On to the next one. Okay, let's see how you come apart. These are all probably going to be fairly similar. Back. I am so tempted to put a YouTube video up running when I know I'll get a copyright strike for it. That piece. I think that was anything really. these. This is what's supposed to come off here. There it is. It's plastic. And there's our lead acids. And this gives me more screws to pull out. These have to come off here so I can get to these screws. Plastic. This bad boy I can trim here. That little circuit board out of the way. I don't see any more screws holding it down. No, it's just these plastic clips holding it down now. That's just plastic. This bit's got that little board and plastic. I'm not going to worry about this little bit of wire. How the hell are these guys held in? grief. Almost got the wire on there. There's our switch. Okay, these are in here so hard that I'm going to send it through the hammer mill to bust all this loose, because these are in here dang hard. Let's see what else we got here. The board's got potentially gold plating on these land wires. This has gold plating on it from what it looks like. Nothing on that side to speak of. We'll break all that apart. This board definitely looks interesting because that looks like gold flashing on this board. And this is the LCD display. Crack the display on it. Not that I'm worried about that because I'm going to ground it all up anyway. I just want to see under this board. From what I can see, more gold flashing there. So definitely a board I want to keep an eye on. This, like I said, will get ground up and I'll try and recover the indium out of it. I forget where we got all those, but you can sit there for now. So main board here, we got a nice, nice little couple toroids here, couple more small transformers, some more relays. What looks like lots of the ceramic ICs or ceramic capacitors. One little crystal there, so potentially some good silver on this board. And we got some aluminum heat sinks with MOSFETs, a couple fuses too. We talked about that, we talked about that, we talked about that. This little board has our tactile switches and USB ports on it, so potentially a little bit of gold plating there. Switch, silver contact, and I think that might be it for this one. That's going to be brass. This has a brass connector on it. This one came off. I've been trying to leave the brass on the boards for the most part recently. As I'm cutting the wires off, I don't even bother pulling them off their sockets. This one I am not going to worry about unspooling it. I'm just going to cut there and cut there, get as much of the copper as I can. The rest of it can go away. So the rest of this just looks like clean wire at the moment. And I'm trying to get through some stuff here in the shop because I've got two pickups this weekend, or this week, that look like they're going to be fairly sizable. So I need space, and then I've got to clear that space so that I can get this copper separator for the stuff that goes through the granulator put together, and see if I can't start getting the copper ready to melt. Okay, screws and steel. Double check. That's that. Okay, you want to go over there? Fine. So these little nuts tend to be brass along with their washers. This and this. That one can actually go into a brass bucket, as is. Okay, I think that's that for that one. Now I've got two more. These are identical, so I'll do one on the screen and one off the screen. And this one should be fairly similar to the last one I did. First things first. Cut the cord. Cut the plug. That can go straight into copper wire. Based on what I learned from the last one. No, this one's different. Exposed screws on the last one. It does not on this one. But that will pop. Still doesn't expose these screws. Gets us to our control board. Actually, take it back. It does expose 3 screws. Now, we should be able to get to the ones on the back here. This is just an 11mm socket, which is the size of the little nuts on these. And again, yep, they are brass. Battery cover off here. I'm not sure how it comes off yet. Batteries are definitely on that side. Just going through here and cutting all the wires as close as I can. And there's our batteries. I'm trying to decide. I'm thinking I will. I'm probably going to drill holes in all these batteries, drain the sulfuric acid out of it. That way I don't have to buy any more for a little while. Not that it's terribly expensive, but fan. the wires off. Goes in the motor bucket. Another transformer. Screws. That's the only ones I see. Nope, there's another one. Hiding right in front of me. One right in the middle too. They hide. Problem is you're looking at silver everywhere. The color silver, not silver metal. Aluminum heat sinks with MOSFETs. Some nice copper bearing units. Here. More MOSFETs, some relays, which will have a little bit of silver in them, some copper spools, more MOSFETs without heat sinks, ceramic capacitors, some chips on this one. That's a nice little bonus. Maybe some light gold plating on those connectors, I'm not positive on that. LED, another LAN connector there that may have some gold plating in it, some more fuses. Good stuff. I've got to get my plastic recycling started too. Haven't had a real need to start it up again, but I've got what I need to really focus on it again. So nice little handful of copper wire again. And this little board had, that's brass, that's brass. This little board's got a little chip on the back, some more copper bearing items on front. This piece, more gold plating for the LAN connections here. There's a little bit of wire. Guy, just need to pop these tabs as I press on it. So again, gold plating on this. Another fuse switch here. Potentially some silver in there. And the rest of this will have some brass in it that, again, I have a feeling it's going to be difficult. Yeah, she's going to be difficult to get out of there, so I'll run that through the hammer mill. I'll break that whole thing apart. That's brass and brass. Wire. steel. Forgot this guy. So this is the control board again. Tactile switches, LCD, and if you look here, this looks like it's gold flash board again. I took this apart the first time and it had some gold flashing on the front side as well, so definitely something we'll keep an eye on. And I got one more of those to take apart, and I'll do that off camera since it's identical, and then we'll come back. So we wound up with two, as I said, identical boards for those two APCs. We wound up with three of these screens that have gold flashing on them and tactile switches along with the LCDs. Smaller board for the second smallest, or the third unit, and an even smaller board for the really small unit, along with some little peripheral boards, LAN connectors, tactile switches, and whatnot. Gold-plated RF cables, and the breaker switches, which will likely have a little bit of silver in them, and of course transformers. So 4 nice big transformers, along with all the smaller transformers and copper bearing items that are on the boards themselves. So all in all, good little haul. Plus we got the lead acid batteries that I'll at least try with one to get the sulfuric acid out of it. If it's easy, I'll go ahead and do it. Otherwise, they're all going to the scrapyard and I'll turn them in there. Okay, have a good one, guys.